Today I want to start by sharing a quote by Billy Graham. I was reading one of his devotions a few weeks ago, and there was this question that just has really stuck with me. He said, "We live and die, and in between we are all given the same choice. What will we do with Jesus, the resurrected Christ?" So I hope those of you today have already made the decision for Jesus, but today I'm going to be focusing on more of a day-to-day basis type question. I'm going to start by reading Luke 22, starting with verse 54. Then seizing him, they led him away and took him into the house of the high priest. Peter followed at a distance. And when some there had kindled a fire in the middle of the courtyard and had sat down together, Peter sat down with them. A servant girl saw him seated there in the firelight. She looked closely at him and said, "This man was with him," but he denied it. "Woman, I don't know him," he said. A little later, someone else saw him and said, "You also are one of them." "Man, I am not," Peter replied. About an hour later, another asserted, "Certainly this fellow was with him, for he is Galilean." Peter replied, "Man, I don't know what you're talking about." Just as he was speaking, the rooster crowed. The Lord turned and looked straight at Peter. Then Peter remembered the word the Lord had spoken to him. "Before the rooster crows today, you will disown me 3 times. And he went outside and wept bitterly. So as many times as I have read this story, I had never noticed where the verse, somehow I had missed it. Verse 61 says, "The Lord turned and looked straight at Peter." So Jesus was in seeing and hearing distance of Peter, yet he still kept insisting time after time that he didn't know Jesus. So although we may not be necessarily outright denying Jesus with our words, like, just flat out saying we don't know him, we may be doing that with our actions. Like, for example, when it's easier to tell a lie than the truth, what will you do with Jesus in that situation? Are you going to deny him by lying, which you know is wrong? Or are you going to honor him and tell the truth even when it's hard? Are you going to, when your purity is tested, are you going to deny Jesus and throw away your purity? Or are you going to honor him and honor your purity? If you're in a relationship with someone that you know you won't be equally yoked with, are you going to deny Jesus in that situation and continue in that relationship anyway? Or are you going to honor him and let go of that relationship and trust God and his timing? So seek the Lord about what situations that you might be denying him in. One more example is when you know that God has promised to take care of us and commanded us not to worry, are you going to deny him and disregard that and worry anyway? So examine your hearts on this today. God bless you.